The U.S. Department of Energy identifies intelligent power meters as a key technology for the future of the grid. Unfortunately, today's power meters aren't that smart. Traditional power meters are hard to install. An electrician must cut power to the breaker panel and connect sensors directly to the high voltage wires. The cost and inconvenience of installation discourages most consumers from purchasing such equipment. Wattsworth changes the paradigm with non-contact sensors. Using patent-pending technology, these sensors measure the electromagnetic field around the surface of a power line to reconstruct the current and voltage inside the power line. Sensors attach to the power line with a simple zip tie and can be installed quickly and easily by a homeowner. These sensors provide comparable accuracy to high-grade commercial products. Here, a two-phase power line is measured using both non-contact sensors and commercial LEM sensors. Non-contact sensors provide convenience without compromising accuracy. The Wattsworth meter is a custom embedded system with a Linux-based OS capable of running real-time analysis on power waveforms. Analog circuitry samples current and voltage thousands of times per second. This information is processed on board and stored locally on a hard drive. Wattsworth meters are a standalone monitoring solution, but are even more powerful when integrated into a larger network. Our cloud management infrastructure provides secure access to remote power meters. Using a standard web browser, an authorized user can view data from any Wattsworth installation and interact with it in real time. Fort Devens is a military installation for Army Reserve units in Massachusetts. Here we show the power consumption on a portion of the base during a 3-day infantry training exercise. The power waveform contains identifiable transients corresponding to equipment used by the soldiers. The large step loads are environmental control units. These units cycle heaters on and off to maintain temperature inside the tents. A separate power meter, installed in a local elementary school, records weather data from NOAA. The Cloud Manager integrates data from both meters, providing a seamless interface to the end user. Superimposing weather data confirms that energy consumption increases as temperature decreases. During the coldest hours of the night, the heaters are on continuously. As temperature rises, the heaters begin to cycle. And finally, when the unit leaves, all the systems are turned off. Over a longer time period, unit training patterns emerge. An even longer time range shows temperature variations over the course of a year. The Cloud Manager provides dynamic access to every weather sample collected over NOAA's history. Nearly a century of temperature data is available through this dynamic interface. For example, at the exact time Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon, Boston was a temperate 68 degrees Fahrenheit. High-resolution power data can identify abnormal operating conditions, alerting end users to maintenance issues before equipment failure. An air conditioning unit controlled by a variable frequency drive, or VFD, exhibits a characteristic power waveform. When the VFD cannot maintain the target pressure in the compressor, the same unit has a very different power waveform. Even though the unit is clearly malfunctioning, building occupants are unlikely to notice the fault, as the system still provides cool air. Only when the unit suffers a complete and costly failure will occupants realize the need for maintenance. To provide actionable information, such as equipment diagnostics and load identification, the Wattsworth platform contains a powerful scripting engine. Using a web-based development environment, new algorithms can be designed and tested without ever retrieving the raw data collected by the meter. Engineers design processing algorithms on their local machines and use the Cloud Manager to execute the code on the remote meters. Once the meter has computed the requested information, it returns the results to the Cloud Manager. Authorized users can then access the reports through any standard web browser, including mobile platforms such as phones and tablets.